Hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Geekdom 101, and I'm looking forward to this one. I love his transformation explanation videos, and I did not realise that he had one on all the Broly transformations from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Awesome, because there's so many of them. And I'm intrigued to see what he has to say on each one, and kind of like hope he mentions like the references to the old Broly and other things that have happened and stuff like that. So let's get into it, shall we?
So what we're going to do with this video is we're going to go over all of Broly's forms from Dragon Ball Super Broly, the story behind the forms, the references and the nuances, pretty much explaining what they are, including that suppressed grade 8 form.
Yeah, that was amazing. That.
What is the story behind that? I got it for you here on this video. We'll talk about it next. Now, obviously, this video will contain spoilers.
Obviously, because you need to get into everything with fights and that.
With the idea and the assumption that you've already seen the movie. Now, talking about Broly's transformations and power, you have to remember what is told to us early in the film when Broly is still in the capsule and the scientists are telling King Vegeta that Broly's power is unusual. And we actually see him scan Broly, and for a split second his power goes up, then it goes back down.
Oh yeah, it's like, I must have been misreading.
They discussed this for a while in the movie, and that's kind of the key to Broly's power, and that is the fact that it's based purely on rage. It can be out of control, and when it's out of control, Broly himself lets off an incredible amount of power, and he has to be restrained, whether it be with Paragus' shock treatment or whether it be with Gogeta Blue in the movie. So early on in the film, during Broly's fight with Vegeta, we established that Broly's base form is already incredibly strong.
Yes, he's going up
because Broly fights Vegeta in his base. Vegeta goes golden-haired SSJ, and Broly's still hanging with him. Obviously, Vegeta's the better tactical fighter, but Broly's still in the hunt with him. Now, Broly's base form by itself is insanely strong.
It's so powerful.
On it because we see Vegeta having trouble with Broly until he goes into SS God. When he taps that God power, then he's able to actually defeat Broly in the film until he comes back
with a new form.
Rises up out of the water. This time he has yellow eyes, and thus he is in his suppressed grade 8 form, which is what Paragus talks about in the film. Now we're going to get to that here in just a moment. I want to clarify something though.
Power of a grade 8 within the base form.
Wait a minute. The only training Broly did was he fought Paragus, and then he trained with Ba, his pet, dodging him and whatnot.
Sad story.
That's what Broly said. That appears to be the case, and it's one of those things where you can criticize the power scaling if you want. I think Toriyama's whole idea is that Broly is a freak of nature. He's a prodigy, sort of like Kale, and because of that, he's able to not only become very strong very fast, but he learns as he fights.
He adapts.
Learns more about himself and his opponents, and we see
that
when
he
fights Goku and is able to use Goku's own move, the God Bind, on him right after. Now,
that what it's called?
Back
That's
to
cool.
The suppressed grade 8 form. So they explain that Broly is somehow able to tap into the power of an Uzaru, a
without
grade 8,
having a tail,
actually transforming into one. Now they don't actually explain or show how Broly was able to discover this power. Like, they never actually show us how he's able to do it. We don't know if he tapped into it while he was a grade 8, or if he tapped into it when he got his tail cut off,
or if he just got it whilst fighting.
Explained, but one thing that fans have constantly brought up is that they feel, and I kind of agree with them, that this could be a tribute or an homage to Dragon Ball GT's
the hair and the eyes.
What I mean by that is this: in Dragon Ball GT, Goku is fighting Vegeta Baby, or Baby Vegeta, and he looks at the full Earth, and he becomes the golden grade 8, the golden Uzaru form, and he's out of control. Then he's able to control that power.
Focuses, and then that's what he does. Okay, that's interesting.
Transformation, Super Saiyan 4 form in GT. Now, this transformation that Goku does as a humanoid is way stronger than Golden Uzaru. I mean, it just is. But Goku, it appears like, was able to control himself and suppress that power and convert it into Super Saiyan 4.
Right.
And people have said, is this Toriyama rewriting GT's SS4? I don't know if that's what's going on here, but I do
could be a homage.
It definitely could be, and I say could be because we haven't heard an official statement about this, a tribute or an homage to Dragon Ball GT. It could definitely be an idea.
It's interesting because the eyes
by GT,
and the hairstyle. Look at
Broly's
it.
power is not quite the same as SS4, so we can't
Yeah, the
say
power
it's the
level's
same
not,
thing.
but
It's just not the same thing.
it
But
does
the
look
idea
similar with the
of
hair and the eyes,
a
doesn't it?
character, I guess, learning how to, master and control himself in Great Ape. We've seen
And then in
Vegeta
human
do
form,
it,
yeah.
other people do it, but to actually convert that into energy where you don't have to be in the Great Ape form, that is certainly something they may have borrowed from GT. Now, when Broly is in this power, he has yellow eyes, which may also be a little hint or a little nod at Dragon Ball GT, because Goku also has yellow eyes when he is in that form. But even if Toriyama does decide to actually make SS4 to rewrite it for Super, it's still not going to be the same thing. There will be differences. But either way,
it does look similar,
Broly
though.
shows an incredible increase in power as he's fighting Vegeta, then Goku, then Gogeta. So with the Vegeta fight, he taps into this power, and if we're basing it on the original calculations given to us back in the day, the Great Ape form is supposed to give you a 10 times multiplier.
Yeah.
In addition to that, Broly also shoots out Mouth Blast, which we've seen Mouth Blast from other characters like Nappa and others, but in this case, it's implied to be because Uzaru
can do
Great
it.
Apes
Right.
also use
That's
Mouth
interesting.
Blast. So
That's
there's
cool.
that whole tie-in. Basically, Broly is raging out. He's
As
out
an
of
Uzaru
control.
in a human
Some are
form.
calling
Well, in a
this
base form.
form
Well, in a
suppressed rage. I don't know what to really call it because it
Keep
has
saying
no
human, but I
official
don't mean
name,
human.
suppressed Uzaru, but basically, this is the form that Broly uses before the incident with Paragus
Oh,
happened,
dear.
which we're
Yeah.
going to get to here in a minute. So Broly fights Vegeta as a god, is doing much better. Then Goku steps in, and during that fight, he also is having trouble with Super Saiyan God Goku until at one point in the fight, Broly does get stronger.
Oh my god, it's so good.
And winds up really beating the crap out of Goku for quite some time. So, as a result of that, we're witnessing Broly getting stronger and stronger as he fights. Then, of course, there's the scene where, spoiler, I warned you at the beginning of the video, Frieza kills Paragus, Broly becomes a Super
And he's
Saiyan.
like, no!
It's the first time that Broly ever tapped into this power, which is kind of weird considering that you would think if he's able to rage out, he'd be able to rage out enough to get this power,
Yeah, but
either way, maybe he never felt heartbreak. Maybe you have to feel
like
First,
proper
it's
emotion, not
difficult to
just
really
rage.
say what happened to Broly because, again, we never saw much of him on Vampa when he was training. There's not much there. So Broly does transform, and using the old guidebooks and multipliers, this is a 50 times multiplier. Now, I'm not a power scaler, but logically, if the controlled Grade 8 form, if we're using the same multipliers from back in the day in the older material, if these multipliers stack, we've got a 50 times multiplier for the original golden-haired Super Saiyan transformation, 10 times multiplier for the Grade 8. Could this be a 500 times multiplier? It's up to you. Let me know in the comments if you think it is. Now, that being said, this version of Broly is able to mop the floor
ridiculous
with Goku and Vegeta, both in
Super Saiyan Blue,
tournament of
which is just like, wow.
Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah, as well, that's a valid point. There's actually tournament of power as well, Jesus.
Gallic Kamehameha or Kamehameha gun, whatever you want to call it. That did nothing.
The Gallica.
Shredded right through it with his energy, and thus Goku and Vegeta decide to go fuse, and they make
Gogeta goes into battle.
Now, this would lead to Gogeta versus Broly, and they have a pretty competitive fight. Broly's able to hang in there with Gogeta until they go to the alternate realm when they shatter reality. Now, in this purple void world, we see Broly power up one more time where his armor breaks off of him, and he
is a
gigantic
muscular man.
Green hair, and this is what is referred
The legendary
to now
Saiyan?
as Broly Full Power.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is another transformation. Now, why am I saying that? Why isn't it just Full Power Super Saiyan? Because it's not. See, this transformation, Broly not only gains a considerable amount of size, but he's bigger than ever and stronger than ever because this forces Gogeta to go into Gogeta Blue, if you remember. So, this form, the reason why I'm even calling it a form is because it is a form, because this form is an obvious throwback to the original Broly,
from the original movies,
Dragon Ball Z movies. And in the original guidebooks, I'm saying the word original a lot, but I have to here. In the original guidebooks, it actually differentiates Broly Super Saiyan from Legendary Super Saiyan. So when Broly gets to his full power in the old Broly movies, this is LSSJ Broly, and it is its own transformation
Legendary Super
according
Saiyan
to
Broly.
the guidebooks. Now, obviously, the guidebooks don't have as much weight as Toriyama's word or the original manga, and they're covering movies that Toriyama did not write, the old movies, of course. But Toriyama certainly may have taken influence from them. In fact, he said he did in the original interview for the Broly movie, the new one, and thus that tells me that if they're going to count this as its own form back in the day, then
surely it would still be that way now.
Full power from the new movie is basically the new version
of that form.
Legendary Super Saiyan, that original transformation that Broly had exclusive to him for his movies. Now, the word Legendary Super Saiyan gets thrown around a lot with a lot of different contexts. I mean, I could make a whole video on that, and maybe I will someday, but the form itself does have that name in the original Daizenshus, and thus that tells me that Broly Full Power is its own form, plus he's a lot bigger, and when he goes back to Planet Vampa and he powers down, you see him decrease in size.
Yeah, he's smaller, man. He's just like, oh god, where do my muscles go?
Very similar
I'm nice now. Let's be friends.
Universe 6.
I'll live in this capsule.
That tells me that there's similarities here, and of course, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. That this is obviously to tell the fans, hey, it's not the old Broly, but we're going to give you some of the stuff the old Broly did.
Give you some of what you
like.
like.
That's how he got this power. It's never stated exactly how strong he is, because we never see Gogeta Blue go all out. We see a little bit of his power, but we never see him truly go all out, even though in the Broly novel it does state that we saw a bit of his full power. We didn't see everything. Gogeta Blue does win the fight. Now, please be aware that this transformation was created, or that is to say recreated, not by Akira Toriyama. It actually was not even included in the original design sheets that Toriyama sent to Toei for the film.
Oh.
No, this was meant to be a purposeful Easter egg, a purposeful throwback by art director Naohiro Shintani. That about does it for this video.
That's cool.
If Broly gets new forms, I will do an updated version in the future of Dragon Ball Super, but that covers everything from base, suppressed, Super Saiyan, and then legendary. Or the new full power. It's the same concept, I think.
Yeah.
Giant Broly doesn't get any speed reductions or anything like that. No handicaps. He's just out of control. So, anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.
Amazing. Very cool, very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. God. The fight was so cool, and there's different transformations happening in between. We're just like, oh my god, he's fighting them in blue form. Oh my god, they've had to fuse. Oh my god. Just like, oh. So that's cool having a bit of a brief explanation on the transformations that Broly goes through throughout the movie. And if you've not seen the movie, just, God, why? You need to. It's so good. And it was funny watching it with my girlfriend, me and my friends Mark and Dan, who love Dragon Ball, watching it, and she was just like, wait a minute. what do the tails do? And oh my god, it was so funny. All of us trying to explain stupid stuff that we take for granted. So these videos are really good for that, like that Geekdom does as well. So don't take it for granted. Like, people out there don't really know these things, and when they try and get into it, Geekdom's videos I feel like are the place to go. Thank you guys very much for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys. See you guys.